Our next guest speaker, I hope she's here. I haven't seen her yet. Is Patricia Sims. There she is. Patricia Sims comes to us today all the way from British Columbia. She is a filmmaker, a writer, and an explorer, as well as one of the co-founders of World Elephant Day. Her most recent film, Elephants Never Forget, is slated to be released in the fall of 2014. Please welcome Patricia Sims to the stage.
You guys are awesome. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a march. What a march. Wow. I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you, March for Elephants, for inviting me. I couldn't be in a better place to be able to march for elephants and to celebrate this day. Because this is a historical day, and on the behalf of elephants, it's showing us that more and more people are becoming aware of the impacts of wildlife, trade, and ivory poaching. And it's not just elephants, it's rhinos, it's tigers, it's lions, it's the great apes. It's all of these wonderful creatures that we share this planet with. These are the creatures that are in danger. And by seeing people take a stand today, we're showing that these great creatures mean something to us and to our planet. That's a better position here. Okay, but we can't forget, and my work specifically has been more on the Asian elephant. The Asian elephant, as some of you might know, is a species, another species of elephant, the smaller cousin of the African elephant. And the Asian elephant is actually in deeper peril than even the African elephant, because the Asian elephant is critically endangered, with only 40,000 of these creatures left in the world completely. They live in Asia. They live across continental Asia. They live in Sri Lanka. They live in Myanmar. They live in Sumatra. They live in Thailand. My work has been mostly in Thailand. They're victims of poaching too, but more significantly, what these creatures are victims of is loss of habitat. And that's ultimately what we're all facing here. Because even as we march for these elephants and try to protect them, ultimately, unless we start protecting wild places for these creatures to roam freely into the future, our efforts will be in vain. Elephants are becoming homeless, Asian elephants particularly. So as an example, what we're seeing in places like India, where human-elephant conflict happens, every 1 in 5 days there's an incident where elephants are killing people or people are killing elephants because of loss for habitat, competition for the same space that we share with them. Is it possible for us to live in peace with these creatures? In this part of the world, and other places too, these loss of wild places is becoming more and more critical. And that's what I believe that we need to focus our ultimate efforts on, is securing habitats so wild animals can continue to thrive. We know that elephants are the caretakers of their vast habitats. The Asian elephants in Asia look after the forests. The African elephants look after the savanna. We have to make sure that these protected places remain that way. There are positive stories, and I like to focus on the positive stories. From my work specifically in Thailand, there's been a protection of over 500,000 acres where elephants are being returned to the wild and forest habitat is being regenerated. This is a project of the King and Queen of Thailand. These elephants are protected. They'll never be poached. Nobody would dare go into these protected places. These are places that are off limits to people. These are places just so wildlife can thrive. So what can we do as the public, as consumers here in North America, about these issues that are taking place in these lands far away? Certainly we've shown here today that we're saying no to illegal ivory and the exploitation of wildlife. And hopefully our fellow humans in other countries too will recognize the need to say no to these products as well. We can make our voices strong and support the various organizations, agencies, and policy changes who are working to strengthen not only the enforcement of wildlife crime, but also creating opportunities for local people in these places to embrace and benefit from the protection of these animals and these environments that are in our own backyards. We have to let these local people have a part of this. We have to let them see that the greatest investment into their future is nature and its wonderful animals. For these are the greatest resources that we collectively have of the human race. Resources that are at their most valuable when they are preserved and when they can thrive. Perhaps now, as we march here today and speak out about the ivory, we can see that some of our world leaders have this on their radar. But the bigger crime is the loss of wilderness itself. What can we do? We can choose to support the places that are working to conserve habitat and give people an opportunity to have a livelihood from this habitat and protect their animals. We can educate ourselves and learn more about the big corporate interests that are right now destroying the last remaining forests all throughout Asia, Sri Lanka, India, and Africa, because these are the only safe places left. as the public, as the consumer, we have a voice that can make a difference. We shouldn't forget the elephants and all the other creatures that we cherish. We need to speak out for them now more than ever. And I believe that we can do it. And I believe that our fellow animal nations with whom we share this planet, we will know that we're speaking out for them and they'll hear us. Thank you.